Hi, I'm Huma Abbasi, General Manager, Health and Medical. At Chevron, we're committed to fueling STEM programs and the breakthroughs of female-led cancer research by supporting the ResearchHERS campaign and our partners like American Cancer Society.
A long time ago, people got sick, and no one knew why. We were there. They said there were no answers. We found them. They said there was no hope. We found it. We were pioneers. Since then, our world has changed. We slowed down, and our voice grew quiet, but cancer did not. People still need us, and today we choose to stand together. We are stronger because of those who came before us, and now we will forge a new path. Together, we will no longer remain quiet in the shadows. We will change. We will innovate. Together, we will save lives. We will celebrate lives. We will lead the fight for a world without cancer. Together, we are the American Cancer Society.
I read about a program that looks for women, scientists, cancer research. And I thought, this is me, I need to be a part of this.
Cancer research is very personal to me. I've lost my mother to cancer. It was just 2 weeks after my mother's passing, and I attended the first ResearchHERS event. The event showed me that sisterhood and unity among women.
ResearchHERS is a movement because of the importance of community, having those friendships between people who are so passionate about cancer and who are so inspiring.
We all have a common bond as women, and we support one another. One of the biggest challenges is just obtaining research funds in order to conduct our research.
Funding is the vital part of our careers as academic scientists.
In my research, I've worked with refugee and immigrant populations and trying to get them to get screened for breast and cervical cancer. I think it's important to reach underserved populations, and so the money that is raised by ResearchHERS is so important to help us to continue to do this work.
We are going to raise money that will help save lives. I'm so excited to raise the funds and help support the next breakthrough in cancer with you.
To my younger generation, I want to say we are all gifted with talents and skills and knowledge and experiences. So take what you know and make the change that you want to see.
We shouldn't give up, and we are not allowed really to give up.
We're all bringing so many new things to the table, and accumulation of all these new things is where the answer to cancer lies. That's where we'll find our cure.
Even when we're apart.
We are in this together.
And together, we'll find a cure.
Many thanks for being a part of the ResearchHERS Sisterhood.
Hi everyone, bienvenidos. I'm Desiree Behringer-Carton. Welcome to our 2021 Coast to Coast ResearchHERS Kickoff. Today you will see how you can be a part of the breakthroughs to advance the future of cancer research. We are so grateful you are lending your time to this distinctive program, and I am thrilled to share this very special event with you today. So thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts for joining us. During the next 30 minutes, you will get a better understanding of the ResearchHERS movement from supporters across the country, and they will leave you with more insight into the advancements you make possible. As many of you know, ResearchHERS began in several communities 3 years ago and is now in its second year running coast to coast all over the country. Your involvement this year makes you a part of an exclusive group and showcases your commitment to this life-saving cause in your community. Plus, we're incredibly grateful for all of this year's sponsors, some of whom were spotlighted during our pre-show. So thank you so much. Right now, we want to hear from you. We want you to add your comments. If you've already registered as an ambassador, please put a heart emoji in the chat now. And if you plan to sign up and register with us, make sure you put a thumbs up in the chat. Let's see who's with us today. Remember, if you haven't done so already, you can register for ResearchHERS with your local campaign representative or visit acsresearchhers.org to learn more. So we want to hear from you, so make sure to sign up. To set the stage for our event today, I am honored to introduce the American Cancer Society's Chief Operating Officer, Chris Kim, who has a special welcome for you. Hi there, Chris.
Hello, and thank you for being a part of ResearchHERS Women Fighting Cancer. You join an esteemed group of female leaders across the United States who are committed to the careers of some of the brightest female minds in science. Your support funds critical research led by women such as Dr. Patrice Watson, who identified the link between the BRCA1 gene and ovarian cancer, and Dr. Nancy Krieger, who is exploring the link between Jim Crow laws and cancer in Black women. But women in the field still face daunting odds. For instance, several national workforce studies have shown a persistent disparity in scientific fields with women significantly underrepresented in senior leadership roles. Women are also more likely to have to leave their work during their childbearing years. While the American Cancer Society is the largest non-governmental funder of cancer research grants, with nearly half of our grantees being women, we are committed to supporting female scientists in new ways, including, for the first time, a best-in-class parental leave policy for American Cancer Society postdoctoral fellows to help them remain in the workforce while expanding a family. This is the kind of progress you're making possible through ResearchHERS. And the Summer Health Experience in Oncology program, a 2-week free virtual experience that introduces high school juniors and seniors who identify as female to a wide range of cancer-related careers in research, clinical care, and survivorship. And I am so proud that the next CEO of your American Cancer Society is Dr. Karen Knudsen, someone who is deeply vested in women in research. Dr. Knudsen is the first scientific and oncology researcher to serve as the leader of your American Cancer Society in modern times. And she is the first woman to serve as CEO in the 107-year history of our organization. We encourage you to look to your personal and professional networks in your appeals to raise awareness and funds for the ResearchHERS program. Ask everyone you know, family, friends, neighbors, and colleagues, to support women in cancer research, because this is important to you, your community, and the world. Remember, our staff are here to help you fundraise and have fun. If you know someone with a passion to support female-led cancer research, please recruit them to be a ResearchHERS ambassador. Remember, acsresearchhers.org and click Nominate an Ambassador or speak with your staff partner. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chris, for those words of encouragement for this year's ResearchHERS ambassadors. We hope her message has given you the energy to begin looking at how you can use your networks and your interests to fund the future of cancer research. Remember, if you haven't already done so, you can register for ResearchHERS with your local staff partner or visit acsresearchhers.org to learn more. Your support through fundraising could make all the difference. The next great cancer discovery could be sitting on a shelf as a grant application right now. So we need your support to fuel the discoveries and breakthroughs and cancer research just on the horizon. The American Cancer Society is proud to be a top supporter of women in cancer research. Currently, half of our grantees are women, most of them early in their careers. Women bring diverse and unique perspectives to cancer research. making invaluable contributions and discoveries. And we want to sustain this pipeline of talent and engage those in the field to help impact the number of women in leadership roles. But we need your help to do it, so definitely sign up. Now let's meet an amazing female scientist who is currently funded by the American Cancer Society's research program, Dr. Shannon Stott. She'll give us insight into her work to develop devices to better manage cancer treatment, which is based at Massachusetts General Hospital. Dr. Stott will discuss how the pandemic forced her to transition her work to being home-based and then back into the lab. Take a look.
Hi, my name is Dr. Shannon Stott, and I'm bringing hope from home because cancer patients need our support now more than ever. Like many of you, I'm finding myself in an unusual situation where I'm doing an American Cancer Society video from my home to share with you the type of research that I'm doing. There are joys and challenges that come from working from home, but I'm excited to be here with you today as we all work towards making a difference in cancer treatment. I'm an American Cancer Society funded researcher focusing on developing devices that can help us better manage cancer patient treatment. I started off as a mechanical engineer, and I was very grateful when the American Cancer Society took a risk on me over a decade ago to allow me to start developing microfluidic devices to see what kind of biomarkers we can pull from cancer patient blood. Jump forward a decade later, I now have a larger American Cancer Society grant that allows us to pursue the concept of liquid biopsy, or the idea of pulling out cancer patient blood cells to understand how cancer spreads and kills.
You may have guessed from the presence of a face mask that I'm back in the lab. We've been back here now for a few weeks, focusing our efforts on how the coronavirus impacts cancer patients. We are concerned that many of the neurological symptoms associated with the coronavirus are very similar to the symptoms that a cancer patient may experience if their brain tumor has returned. We're hoping that our technologies may be useful for the clinicians to figure out if those symptoms are associated with the virus or the potential for the tumor to have returned. We're also hoping that we can learn more about the biology of the virus, and specifically how the virus will impact the immune system of cancer patients. Our devices are small, portable, disposable, and can be rapidly deployed into the clinic if we find that they can be useful. Cancer hasn't stopped, and neither have we.
Thank you so much, Dr. Stott, for all that you do. We learned so much from you. Thank you for helping all of our cancer patients. So now we're going to get a preview of a new program funded by ResearchHERS, the Summer Health Experience in Oncology program called SHE for short. SHE is a 2-week virtual program that introduces high school juniors or seniors who identify as female to a wide range of cancer-related career experiences, including research, clinical care, survivorship, and community engagement. Take a look.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jamie Shuda, and I direct outreach, education, and research at the University of Pennsylvania. And I'm here to share with the ResearchHERS community a new initiative that is nationwide across cancer centers in 5 different states. The SHE Summer Program, launching in July of 2021, will be a 2-week virtual program at these different cancer centers. Collectively, these young women, about 100 of them, will work together over 2 weeks with scientists, medical professionals, and volunteers to learn about cancer biology and understand the genes associated with cancer, as well as in week 2, run through a patient care scenario where they'll take into account health disparities and community support and all the other important aspects of cancer care at our local institutions. I'd like to thank you for supporting this a new initiative, and really for the ResearchHERS community paving the way for young women to pursue research and medical careers in cancer. Thank you so much, and hope to see you soon.
What a great program. So next up, we're going to meet Sophia Jorgensen, a junior at Algonquin Regional High School, who this year will lend her time as the very first youth chair for the ResearchHERS of the Knowledge Corridor campaign. Sophia will be an ambassador to students in her area. Plus, we'll get a peek into the aspirations of student ambassadors from around the country.
The reason why I am so incredibly passionate about ResearchHERS is because I, as a woman in STEM, have a dream of a career as a cancer researcher. The ResearchHERS Youth Initiative allows women like myself to explore the cancer research projects being led by women right outside my home. These women inspire me to an unimaginable level. I can't even express it in words. Because being able to physically see someone like myself performing cancer research gives me hope that I am able to do the same in my future. And with a little hard work and some mentors who I now know are right outside my house, I believe I can attain my dream.
Supporting women in STEM is important because it'll help ensure equal representation within the scientific fields.
I can't wait to join the group of compassionate and skilled doctors working to fight cancer through research and clinical care.
And I can't wait to do research and health policy and create and advocate for policies that are equitable for all.
On my journey of becoming a doctor, I hope to continue doing research in order to enhance the quality of life for my future patients.
I want to become a doctor so that I can help reduce healthcare disparities amongst cancer patients.
I want to be a doctor so that I can help all patients and families fight against cancer.
I know firsthand what it's like to lose somebody you love to cancer, and I hope that never happens to anyone again, and I want to be a part of that.
Wow, that's so amazing. The future is bright, but we need your support to keep that pipeline of female-led cancer research projects full. That future is why it's so important for you to kickstart your fundraising efforts. And remember, if you haven't already done so, you can register for ResearchHERS with your local campaign representative or visit acsresearchhers.org to learn more. Now, we all know cancer research doesn't begin and end in a lab. It's all focused on helping people everywhere avoid cancer or survive cancer. Our next stories will focus on these cancer patients and survivors. First, we'll hear about the cancer journey of survivor Greg Stewart from Augusta, Maine. When Greg was diagnosed with CML nearly 10 years ago, a treatment which ACS funded saved his life. Greg and his wife Kathy made it their mission to support the future of cancer research. Then we'll hear from Yumi Hogan, the First Lady of Maryland, who was her husband's primary caregiver as he faced cancer. She discusses their devotion to supporting cancer research to bolster early detection and to support cancer patients. As we watch, please feel free to comment on your motivation for supporting cancer research. We'd love to hear from you.
If I had been diagnosed 15, 20 years ago, I would not be here. Well, we would not be having this conversation. Chronic myelogenous leukemia was 99% fatal until they came up with Gleevec. And I've got 9 years that I wouldn't have had. I can't even begin to think what that cost. And then all of that, but American Cancer Society funded the thing that gave me those 9 years. So the best thing about Dana-Farber is they pretty much confirmed everything that Dr. Thrower had said. So go back, get on Gleevec. As long as you respond well to that, you're going to be in okay shape.
Of course, the pharmaceutical companies produce the drug. American Cancer Society funded research, found the chromosome or the protein that actually mutated. So once they narrowed it down, they could figure out how to fix it. We actually trusted the American Cancer Society to give us accurate information based on their function. Their function is to support the cancer patient on his or her journey. Supply information, supply assistance. We knew all that because we had been members of Relay for Life.
I owe a lot to my doctor. I owe a lot to ACS. I owe a lot to the doctors that created Gleevec. But I also owe a little bit to just doing my physicals. There's a lot of things had to come together to make that all work right.
I pretty much stay engaged with Relay for Life because of him. I know that if the researchers didn't have the money, they wouldn't have found the cure. and he wouldn't be here. So without the fundraising dollars, you have a lot less people manning the 1-800 number. You have a lot less people doing the research, a lot less people supporting others. I think many families might not be as lucky as Greg and I were.
Hello everyone, I am Yumi Hugin, the First Lady of Maryland. I want to thank the American Cancer Society for inviting me to the virtual opening of your program that supports female cancer researchers. My husband is a cancer survivor, and while he was undergoing his cancer treatment, I was his primary caregiver. Through the tough journey to beat cancer and the meeting with other patients, we realized that early detection is critical in the fight against cancer. I appreciated your support for cancer research and the emphasis of early detection. And I am excited to know that more than 50% of researchers you'll find are women, and 19 of them work at the best hospital in our state, Maryland. How amazing! I am very proud of them. I believe future Nobel Prizes winners will be women. Thank you for the uplifting women and the shining light on their important work through the ResearchHERS Here program. Please continue the great work for cancer researchers and the patients. I will continue to keep them in my thoughts and prayers. Congratulations again. Thank you.
Well, look no further for your motivation and inspiration for our ResearchHERS campaigns than Greg and Yumi and other amazing cancer survivors and caregivers like them. Their stories encourage us all, knowing survivorship is made possible by research. If you have any questions about getting started with your fundraising, make sure to reach out to your local staff partner or visit acsresearchhers.org to learn more. Well, speaking of motivation, next we'll hear directly from ambassadors who are lending their time to the ResearchHERS program about what drives them in this effort. During the past few years, we've seen hundreds of women who have signed on as ambassadors from various industries, including business, biotech, academia, the medical and healthcare field, and even high school students. Folks just like you. They are all leaders in their community who share our passion to fuel the future of cancer research. So get ready to meet Aaliyah Manetta, a ResearchHERS ambassador from Los Angeles, who will show us how her special artwork is highlighting themes of survivorship and love. And we'll speak with Zoe Lanham, who is currently the top ResearchHERS fundraiser in the country. Let's watch.
Hi, my name is Aaliyah Manetta, and I am an artist, a scientist, a board member, a ResearchHER, and an active volunteer for the American Cancer Society. I'm also a family member to several incredible people who have battled cancer. And so for several years now, I've been incredibly involved in the cancer community. And COVID has put a lot of things on hold, but cancer hasn't stopped. And so I knew that there must be something more that myself and the people around me could do to help patients during this critical time. So after some ideation on ways to give back, I decided in 2020 that I would create an art-centric ResearchHERS campaign where not 5%, not 10%, but 100% of proceeds to my art would be donated to the ResearchHERS movement. And my art took shape in a variety of different forms, from small line drawings, paintings, large-scale commercial murals. It also took form in what some people might term as bioart, which combined my background in biological research and my passion for art. So this type of art were custom pieces made out of things like biological dyes, compressed needles, medical waste, drug labels, scientific processes, you name it, all rendered in this beautiful visual form. And so I found really great inspiration in the ResearchHERS movement met some really inspiring scientists that ACS funds, and also created some really special art that highlighted themes of survivorship and love and the incredible community that surrounds these patients. So in 2021, I have decided that I'm going to continue my art charity work to support the ResearchHERS movement, and I urge you to get involved. We have some really creative ways to fundraise, and our ACS community is there to help you along the way. So I look forward to working with you and helping to save lives, celebrate lives, and lead the fight to a world without cancer.
We're here today with our top fundraiser for ResearchHERS in the country right now, Zoe Lanham. Hi, Zoe. So nice to speak with you. And I understand you're from my home state of Florida.
Hi, Desiree. Yes, originally I'm an import from London, but I've called Boca Raton in Florida my home for the last 16 years.
Oh, I love the Sunshine State. So thank you so much for taking the time to speak with our ambassadors tuning in from coast to coast. Talk to us a little bit about how you first got involved with ResearchHERS.
Well, back in September, when I finally got my diagnosis of my cancer after a long 6-month wait due to COVID, I was about to join a board of a local nonprofit here in Boca, and one of my girlfriends said to me to please take a look at this incredible cause called ResearchHERS that was part of American Cancer Society. And obviously I'd heard about American Cancer Society, but ResearchHERS was very new to me. And being a woman and believing in the power of women, when I actually looked into ResearchHERS and the mission, I couldn't say no. It was absolutely a cause that I wanted to be part of, and I just find it such an honor being part of ResearchHERS.
Well, it is our honor that you are an ambassador and that you decided to be a part of it. So thank you so much. Clearly, cancer research is a particularly meaningful cause for you right now because of what you're going through. First of all, how are you feeling? You look fantastic. What has this journey been like for you?
Obviously, being from a family where cancer just doesn't run in our family, and I'm actually the first woman in our family to be diagnosed with cancer. I was diagnosed with metastatic stage 3. It was gut-wrenching. It was a tremendous shock. And initially, the fear, which I'm sure everybody goes through, will I be there to, see my daughter graduate or walk her down the aisle or hold my grandbaby? But then the person I am, I believe that the power of the mind has the ability to change the outcome. And of course, I can't change the fact that I have cancer, but I can certainly change my experience with cancer. So, I've actually had a good experience. I've had bilateral mastectomy. I've had 18 weeks of chemotherapy, which were very challenging at times. And it was traumatic losing my hair, my eyebrows, and my eyelashes. But I've had a good experience, and I have 30 treatments of radiation to go. But I've had a positive experience, and I'm very excited about contributing and being part of something that's bigger than me.
Well, you are an inspiration to all because you have such a positive attitude and you give so many people hope. So we are so incredibly humbled that you are channeling your passion into supporting women in the cancer research field. It's an inspiration to all of us. So thank you. Plus, your fundraising total so far this year has already surpassed the top ResearchHERS ambassadors fundraising total in 2020. That's amazing. Can you give us some ideas of what types of things you do to raise those funds, and how do you connect with your supporters?
Absolutely. Well, COVID changed the way that you fundraise, and but more than ever, fundraising is critical. So what I did was I launched the Pink Fight Club, which was a website, and it's a communication platform for me to engage my community. And remember, unless you ask people to be part of it, they're not going to. So definitely ask, communicate, advertise what you want to do. And I'm lucky. I work in an events venue here in Boca Raton. So I've actually used this beautiful property to generate lots of fundraising. But there's things I believe that a lot of people will give if they get back. So many causes out there. Why me? Why do you want me to donate to your cause. So what I do is I make sure that whatever they're doing, they're getting something back for their fundraising efforts. So for instance, if it's an event here at the Addison, ticket sales obviously is one way to generate, but the other is we would ask for them to contribute and they get a free drawing in our raffle. I also believe in communicating our cause to the community and bringing in a pop-up shop like my local jewelry store, Kendra Scott. They come, they set up a table. My girlfriends and friends buy jewelry, and 20% of the sale comes straight back to my cause. I did an online wine tasting event, and I partnered with a local wine company, winery that donated wines. Everybody dialed in. They had their wines to try at home, and 20% of the sale of all wine that night went back to my cause. And you don't have to have a private events venue to engage your community. If you have a child at school, ask the school to participate. Have a pajama day, and every child brings in $1 to wear pajamas. That's going to raise you $800-900 towards your cause. Just ask. Make people excited. Have them feel part of something worthy, because Finding Cures is not a family in the world that hasn't been touched by cancer, and everybody wants to contribute. Just make it fun and enjoyable for them.
Thank you so much for those great ideas. So impressive, Zoe. And just like you said, ask the community. If you don't ask, you'll never know. They want to be involved. And unfortunately, we all know someone who's been touched by this terrible disease. So they want to participate and they want to help. So thank you. And all those ideas are things that we can all do. I know our ambassadors everywhere will get some great ideas from hearing from you. So we so appreciate it. Thank you so much for taking the time today. And please know we all hope the rest of your treatments go smoothly. We are so grateful for all your support. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for speaking to me today.
Well, raise your hand if you are uplifted as I am by Aaliyah and Zoe. Thank you so much, ladies. They are amazing examples of this incredible group of ResearchHERS ambassadors. Aaliyah and Zoe understand that engaging their personal networks, sharing their own stories, and tapping into their interests are all effective fundraising strategies. So tell us right now in the chat what worked best for you for your fundraising last year, or what's working for you this year. We want to read about your most influential fundraising tips, so drop us your suggestions right now. We'd love to hear from you. Last year's fundraisers across the country saw so many creative ideas. Most ambassadors in 2020 reached out to their professional connections, family and friends with a plea for donations. But some got a little more innovative, especially during a pandemic. 2 ambassadors organized a virtual 5K for their colleagues around the country. One ambassador hiked in exchange for donations, and one sewed stylish face masks for donations. How cool is that? One ambassador hosted an online cooking demonstration for her supporters, sharing a favorite recipe of her mother's, for whom her ResearchHERS campaign was dedicated to. And one youth ambassador dyed her hair pink and filmed it for social media when she reached her fundraising goal. So that's a lot of fun. So many great and creative ideas, so thank you. Ask your local ResearchHERS campaign representative for tips about connecting your campaign to a Facebook fundraiser, or about our interactive ResearchHERS campaign toolkit, available online on the Rise 360 platform. It contains a whole host of helpful resources to get you going. Well, that concludes our ResearchHERS Coast to Coast Kickoff. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you're invigorated and ready to launch your own ResearchHERS fundraising efforts. Don't lose the excitement you feel today. Share why you are joining the movement on social media, and be sure to add the hashtag ACSResearchHERS. We are so grateful for all that you do and your fundraising efforts. Please contact your local ACS representative with any questions and learn more at acsresearchhers.org. Plus, if you'd like to share more ideas about ResearchHERS or ask a question, join us right now for the after party to keep the conversation going. Just log into Zoom using the info here. Thanks again for all that you do, and thank you for joining us. Bye, everyone. Adios.